How's it going, everyone? Derek from Make Media Studios. We're here with podcast number 3. This is my buddy Dominic Hernandez from Giggly Dickens Productions. I'll have links in the bio for Giggly Dickens and his accounts. And yeah, man, how are you?
I'm good, trying to hang in there during all this mess. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, just trying to hang in here as well. It's getting pretty boring being in here in the house for like almost 2 months.
Yeah, all I've been doing is cleaning and watching movies. There's more that I can do, but that's the majority of what I've been doing.
Nice. Well, I wanted to touch base so people like out there know. So I've talked to Gio before on Giggly Dickens. You're in Giggly Dickens. I just wanted you to give me a brief history of you in Giggly Dickens and Giggly Dickens from your perspective.
Perfect. So it was summer of 2015. That's when I was good friends with Gio at the time. And I came back from the school field trip during the summer, and he asked me if I wanted to work on, at the time, modern diplomacy.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, well, I haven't got nothing else to do. I've never done anything like it before. So I went, and when I went, it was only him, his dad, Uncle Kev, and I. So I was like, oh, okay, this is something small. But then he told me, he was expecting, 20 people. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So then when we were done, I acted and everything, I told him, you know what, I'm into this, so I'll be, part of the team or whatever throughout the time. And yeah, ever since then, I've been a part of it for about 5 years now. So we've been going strong.
Nice. Have you always been a super big movie buff?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Ever since, as far as I can remember, yeah.
Nice. What was, do you remember your first movie that really got you into movies or anything?
That's a tough question.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it till right now. The case came up with it.
Yeah. I would probably say, as far as I can remember, probably, Drive, the one with Ryan Gosling.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Because I didn't know about it when I saw it.
Right. I seen it once, and I need to watch it again because I've seen a lot of your posts. You always rank that movie as number 1 on your on your lists.
It's on Netflix, so you got plenty of time to watch it.
Gonna have to check it out again. Modern diplomacy, what was that like? I know me and Gio talked a little bit about it. I wasn't around for that, and he's talking about maybe making it into something now, reusing it in some way. I don't know. What's your feeling on actually putting it out there?
I think we should, because we spent our whole senior year filming it, from summer all the way to graduation, even a couple months during the summer after graduation. So it'd be nice, finally see what all that work was because we filmed at a lot of great locations, like his uncle's farm out there in the woods, his dad's cabin area in San Juan out in the field. So, it'd be great to see all that work we did finally put out there.
Right. What about wasn't there an explosion or something like that? Didn't you guys actually do explosions and pyrotechnics for that? Was that one?
Yes, we tried. It was at his uncle's house way out there past Salinas, and we made a little explosion to put underneath a toy car, and we thought it would be a little small, but it turned out to be way bigger and louder than we expected, and we did not. It was crazy.
It was a little bit crazy. I saw some of the behind the scenes. You guys were a little bit too close, and the thing went off.
I was probably the closest one. I didn't even expect it. Once it went off, it was so loud. I was like, where am I?
It's a grenade going off and you're in wartime.
Exactly.
It's this film's real now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you see for the future of Giggly Dickens and the stuff like that? What's your feeling about it?
I hope that, I hope we're at another platform than YouTube, because, people are always like, YouTube's the main one, but I hope we have something more than YouTube. That's what I see. I hope we're all still together making stuff.
Right.
Because, we're all creative in our own ways. YouTube, which is great. And, it's fun to see everyone together use their creativity to make something.
Right. Well, I was thinking about, my dad's out in Georgia, and I show him our videos and my videos. And he's like, we were online, we're sitting here in quarantine, and they had he's like, you ever heard of South by Southwest? And I'm like, yeah, I've heard of South by Southwest. And he's like, yeah, I was watching these little short films, and he's like, I have to say, I think your videos are better. And, that's kind of what he was throwing out there. And I guess I always think about festivals, but maybe as GDP, we should come together and make something that we want to kind of push short film wise for festivals? I don't know. At least get us out of that YouTube realm. I don't know.
Most definitely, because there's a lot of festivals around us where most of them, like, they have a different criteria, like, action only, heavy dialogue only, LGBT movies. So it's like, it would be good to see us push ourselves to make something we haven't made to get into a festival, which would be really awesome.
Because we did put Mormons in that one time for that little festival. Thank you, by the way. I think that was you organized that and put that all together there in San Jose. That was fun, man.
Yeah. It was fun.
I actually saw the guy remember the cigarette video, the two guys having a cigarette and they're having a conversation?
Yeah,
He was at San Jose State later. Like, I was in the counselor's office there and I just sit down and I look over at this guy and I'm like, I've seen you somewhere. And then he's like, you part of GDP? That's actually kind of funny, man. A couple times students at San Jose State, I've looked at like who's following GDP. I'm trying to add followers for my own Instagram account, so I started going through and trying to steal your guys's.
That's fair.
But I noticed people from my school on there, and like that's I see students from San Jose State following you guys, and then a couple of students have come up to me and actually been like, "Oh, you're part of like that Giggly Dickens, like South Bay film people." So I mean, the name's getting out there. We just gotta keep pushing it.
That's all we need is the name to get out there. Exactly.
Yep. Well, my internet kind of bumped out there for a second, but that's okay. That's what's great about a podcast on Zoom. We get to, besides having a conversation with a friend that's far distance away, you also get to see how good and reliable your own and their internet connection is. It's a test of Hollister and San Martin internet connections.
Exactly.
So yeah, I talk a little bit about camera equipment a lot. That's kind of my realm. And you were talking to me recently about purchasing a camera.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at, the Blackmagic, the A6600, like you said, and the Sony A3, because, the A7 III, sorry. Because, I would like to get in photography, something.
Right.
Because the Sony, any Sony is good just like that. So is Canon as well. The Blackmagic mainly, that's just for filming, because, I don't have a camera.
Right.
So if, it'd be great to film stuff of my own to get it out there. To, show these guys, hey, look what I can do.
Right, exactly. It's fun. It's fun to at least be making your own content on the side. That's what I'm trying to do right now as much as I can.
Exactly.
I think the Blackmagic's a really cool camera. I've looked into it. I think the 6K over the 4K, mostly because of the sensor size. Because I think the lenses on the 6K camera are Canon lenses. And like I've been doing a couple speaking events at school with like students, and I've been explaining that glass, it's one thing I haven't followed, but glass kind of moves with you, investing in glass. So if you get the 6K Blackmagic, you'll be buying Canon lenses, which is great if you buy a Canon camera for photography. Right. And if you ever went to like a Red, you'd already have lenses that can fit on a Red. My problem with Sony is that I have Sony EF mount lenses and I won't be able to put that on a Red.
See, so it's like, you got to put the lens to use, and if you have just Canon lenses, it's like, oh, okay.
They're really good. They're really good glass. Now, I love Sony glass, though, too. So, I mean, that I guess for me, I probably will never, I can't say that. I might get a Red eventually. I'd love to. But
I want to,
I might stay in the Sony world for a while, so I'm okay with having Sony glass. I do like the Sony stuff. So, I was talking with Trevor recently. He's going to be a guest here on the podcast here in the future. But he's looking at a camera, and he's looking at that Canon R5.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if you've seen anything about it, but I haven't. The Canon R5 is a mirrorless, like the A7 III. But now the A7 III is 2 years old now. The R5 shoots 8K.
Wow.
And it's coming in at about, I don't know, 2,500. So it's probably like it's gonna be a real and it's gonna be full frame, just like the Sony cameras. So you have a full frame Canon camera that shoots 8K, 4K at 120p, so you can get 4K slow-mo now. Yeah, so I mean, the R5 is a real contender. It really kind of makes me wish I kind of went Canon, but I'm hoping that Sony will come out with something. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully, because I mean, you said the A7 III is 2 years old, and I mean, I think it still lives up to the age, because that's a beautiful camera. Because everything we've shot is on a Sony camera,
right.
So it's great quality.
Right, I'm excited for Kermwick. I want to color correct it though. Like that's what I'm excited.
So
this is me looking at Gio right now. Gio, send me the file so I can color correct it. I texted him just the other day. You know how we text Gio and he doesn't respond?
Oh yeah, you're better off calling him because that's I go through that guy. When I see him on his phone, he has like 100 messages not even read. So it's like, all right, you're better off just calling him.
You're right. It's like, I want that. So I want to color correct it. I'm excited for that because I'm learning more and more about it. And there's like, when we shoot, sometimes my Sony kind of gives my blues like a purple look. And so like all that footage is a lot of purple instead of blue. And I can easily correct that now. Yeah. So it would be cool to make everything kind of more that blue color instead of the purple. Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully it gets that out here. I'm actually going to do a YouTube. I'm going to probably screen capture me color correcting the entire thing and recording me color correcting it so that then I can just cut it together and make something out of it. Like a little like follow through or like a behind the scenes me color correcting a video. So excited to get those files.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And you know what I also want to say is you putting out all this content, it's really good because I've looked at all the tutorials that you put out and it's helped me a lot, especially in Lightroom. Like I didn't really know much about Lightroom and I even have it. So that was the first time putting it to use.
Nice. I'm thinking at first I want to do more video stuff, but I'm realizing that maybe I should, since photography was my first, before videography, photography was my first thing. That's where I came into this realm with. So maybe, you know, more Photoshop and Lightroom tutorials might be my starting point to kind of show photography and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you. I'm having fun making these because like I consume a lot of tutorials on YouTube. So it's like, why don't I just make that content? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I like it so far. So far it's good. I have enough stuff lined up to like mid-May or end of May.
That's perfect.
I gotta like get them out there. I even like my little Make Media logo, the intro. I broke that down in After Effects, how I built it. Wow. So that's a long one though. That's like a 30-minute tutorial. So we'll see. But we'll see. I have a big gig here on May 14th. Like I'm leaving to Eureka, California.
Oh wow!
Like
way up there.
Yeah, for like 4 days to film this thing for the energy company I work for, and it's gonna be so I'm like stressing out about it a little bit, and it's gonna be insane. Anyways, what were we talking about? What else here? Concerts.
No. Oh yeah.
You're a big concert buff.
I am.
How is this affecting you right now?
Huh?
How is this affecting you right now?
Oh, good and bad. Because, you know, I'd say good because, you know, I'm saving all my money.
Yeah.
And, you know, half the money I make goes to concerts. Bad because, you know, I haven't been to a concert since December last year. So, you know, it's pretty effective. You know, there was a few I would have gone. It's April or it's May now. You know, all the big concerts were in April. Yeah. Because everybody comes up to this area because they have Coachella down south. So they're like, well, if we're in California, you know, we'll go up north and, you know, I would have seen a lot of people this month and past month.
Oh wow! Did you have any concerts that you had lined up that kind of got moved or rescheduled?
I didn't have tickets for like anything because you know I'm the type where if a friend's like, hey, do you want to go there? Yeah, I'll go with them. But I didn't really have. I had one planned. His name's Harry Styles. That's in August. Okay. So we'll see. You know, as of now, he hasn't canceled anything, but you know. With what's going on, you know, I won't be upset or I wouldn't be surprised if it was pushed to later in the year or next year.
I have tickets for Halsey, which I think is next month.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I don't know if I haven't looked to see if it's been canceled. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know because her tour and her Shoreline stop is like the second stop of her tour. So like her tour starts that week. So you know. Who sees where we are within the next month? But, you know, like I said, I won't be surprised if she postpones it to later this year because, you know, especially, you know, it's bad up in the Bay Area. So, you know, I wouldn't expect her to.
Yeah, there we go. Everyone, come get real close to me and everyone gather real close.
Right.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Do you think this is going to, do you think the like concerts are going to kind of change? Like, I'm worried about like mass gatherings. I'm not worried about having them. I'm worried about them changing. Because like for me, Disneyland, I'm watching like videos of like like last night, me and my wife watched a fireworks show, and it's just packed with people, and we're looking at it going, man, that seems weird now.
Exactly.
It doesn't. It seems like how could that happen again, or how can we get back to that point? I don't know. What do you feel?
I think concerts from now on, you know, that's the last thing of everyone's worries, and it's going to be hard because you know everyone's packed in that small space. You know, you got someone on your shoulder, someone on the right. It's crazy, and it's gonna be weird to see how they do it. Like I saw in some other country, they're having like drive-in concerts, where you're just in your car and you see it. It's weird. So it's tough to say what it's gonna be like.
Right. I see those memes online for drive-in theaters to come back.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be a hit.
It would right now if they open back up. The problem is there's only like one. There's like one in San Jose, and it's like where they had the flea market in San Jose.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that would be like a great idea to bring those back. We have them in San Diego. The thing is, I think the weather up here is a little different. Like when I lived in San Diego, there were a couple drive-in theaters because the weather year-round is great. So
great.
It's like so drive-in theaters still work there, but like up here, like I don't see them anywhere.
No, the closest one is in San Jose. I think it's closed down. So the closest open one is up in Sacramento, but they have restrictions as well. Make sure you're wearing a mask. If you go out, it's only like a certain people at a time in a restroom and at the snack bar. So it's they're still taking precautions.
Have you watched any films like the early releases or the in-home releases yet? Anything that's been like coming out?
Only thing I've seen is The Hunt.
The Hunt.
Which
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Huh? Yeah, I thought it was good. I missed it going to see it here when it was in the theater.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So like,
and
these early releases are coming out at like 1999, I think is what like the. I missed you. Yeah. Restart on that one. Our internet's went crazy. So you watched The Hunt, right?
Yeah.
How was it?
I thought it was good action stuff. They're trying to make a point. With all these political parties, and it worked. But then for me, it didn't. It's got to be a certain way. But the action stuff was really good.
Okay, what was your grade? Because I love your grading system. Or like, actually, I'm going to ask you what your grade is on this film, and then I want you to break down your grading system. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, before I did for this, I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars because I think it was the action that really did it for me. Everything else was okay.
Okay. So I love seeing your posts and watching your kind of grading system. I've always taken it like I listened to your grading system really a lot for like films and stuff I want to watch, and usually line up really good. Do you have a lot of A pluses? Do you think?
Within 2019, yeah, I would say there was a lot of A pluses. There was, in my opinion, there was Parasite, The Lighthouse, Jojo Rabbit, Marriage Story, all those great movies. But, it's tough. Because, when I go see a movie, I don't show, like, emotion towards it. Like, if I see something, I'm not going to laugh funny or anything like that. I know inside, like, okay, this is A material, B material.
You're critiquing it.
That's how I see it.
That's what's hard now that you know, like, the way films are made and you're really, like, analyzing it. It changes the viewing. Even my wife said that now. She goes, now that she's watched me do all these different I've explained so much in film. Now she's looking for it. She's looking for camera shots and the way things done. She goes, I hate you. She's like, now I can't watch a film normally anymore. But
that's how I feel.
I think the only one of the list I don't think I saw was Lighthouse. I didn't see Lighthouse, but I mean I heard it was really good, and I want to check that out. What was kind of. It was kind of a weird or what, right? It was
definitely weird. It's a different turn on the Lighthouse era, how it was back in that time. They shot it on a certain camera to get that square ratio because that's how it was back then.
That 4:3, that 4:3 old school ratio.
Exactly.
Grand Budapest Hotel, I think, was the last one that I watched that was shot something like a 4:3 ratio. I'm a big Wes Anderson fan, so Grand Budapest, that was a good movie. Let's see here, 2019. Didn't we see that was when we went and saw Avengers? I just watched it again a couple days ago. I love that movie. I don't know what it is.
It's so good.
It's a good movie. So upcoming, let's see here. What is your upcoming films you're looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to Tenet. That's still coming out in July. Well, as of now, that's like the only scheduled movie because since this whole Corona thing, everything's pushed back, or some even like they got pulled from the studio because they even think that it's not going to make a lot of money.
Right.
Like I heard like the New Mutants, like at this point that was supposed to come out like 4 years ago.
Okay, the New Mutants. That's the one that has I can't think of his name right now, but okay, yeah, I think the New Mutants. That one I've been looking forward to. That one looked good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, That one looked good. No Time to Die. That was supposed to have been out already. I'm really looking forward to that.
Right.
A Quiet Place 2, Top Gun.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Top Gun. Like I'm kind of addicted to
Yeah.
I like Tom Cruise movies, and but I grew up on Top Gun, like the first one. So, and I joined the Navy. So for me, like Top Gun was a big deal for me. And so I want to see Top Gun too. I hope that still comes out.
That's supposed to come out, I believe, Christmas Eve or yeah.
Oh wow,
Christmas
it's moved
Eve.
to Christmas Eve. It was supposed to be July.
Yep.
Oh wow. Dang.
Yeah. That's what I think is weird too. All these movies coming out during the summertime. It's like they don't know what it's going to be like. But then again, once everything opens up, I doubt they're going to like let a whole crowd in the movie theater.
Right.
Or, they only let like a certain amount of people, and, that could affect the budget as well.
Right, because now, I mean, even if they did like a, all right, every 2 seats, you know what I mean? Like leave 2 or 3 seats between you and the next group or you and another person. I mean, I don't know if they're going to like, I've seen, live press briefings on Google and stuff. Like when you're watching people talk, they now take the chairs and spread everyone out. I went to a city council meeting for the energy company I work for, and the chairs were all spread out, 6 feet apart. So
yeah, see,
I don't know, like that would be really weird to have to do that.
It would be,
and it would cut budgets down to like a third or a quarter on what they can pull in the movie theater.
Exactly,
and that's going to affect employees. That's going to affect the business of the movie theater. That's going to affect tickets. It's going to be crazy. I don't know.
I believe it because me, I work at a movie theater, so it'll be hard because when it first hit, like when we got the news, I think there was a little bit more people than usual coming in to see the movies because we had to take certain stuff away. They're only allowed a certain amount of stuff as well, so I think it brought more people in because they knew like, okay, if this thing is gonna get worse than it was, when is going to be the next time to watch a movie?
Right.
So I think they took advantage of that.
Right. Oh man. Yeah. I wanna go see a movie again, man. That's what I'm
so do I.
to.
I miss it.
So what's your what was 2019? What's your overall I wanted you to tell me about your grading system. What would you your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stars? What do you have like a certain thing you're looking for in there for those?
Great story.
Okay.
I mean, every movie, it's the script that makes the movie. Not a lot of people said it because like you said, it's weird. We see movies differently now.
Right.
Like when I first started, in high school watching movies, I didn't look for the camera angles, the editing, how they place this in a scene. Now it's tough to watch a movie because you're so used to seeing all that stuff.
Right.
And I think that's what helps my grading system too.
Right. And then you were just saying the script makes the movie for definitely. But what's crazy is it's almost those 3 parts, right? The script is the first part. That makes that's the movie. Then it's film. That's a whole other making of the movie. And then the editing can also change the movie completely. Like Star Wars was, changed in the editing room because there's the whole intro of the first Star Wars: New Hope was completely different. Like these intercuts between Biggs and Luke on the ground, watching all this happening in the sky, while C-3PO and them fall to the Tatooine. It's crazy to see that like difference. Yeah. And I think from my perspective as like making films, I can see myself writing all that and then wanting that intercut storylines to have it all for coverage and filming it. But I'm really happy that they cut the film that way. Sometimes you gotta look at it and take out things you don't need.
Exactly. That's the power of editing. You can make an action movie look like a romantic comedy. It's all the power of the editing.
Right. Letterboxd, this app that you've been using. How is that? I want to start using it. I downloaded it. And I'm actually seeing people from like Film Riot, like their YouTube channel. They're promoting they're like, hey, we have a top 100 movies that you should watch, stuff like that. I just had a good idea. Giggly Dickens should do that. Giggly Dickens should make a freaking
that would be
Letterboxd
awesome,
thing and promote that and be like, these are our movies I think you should watch during quarantine or something like that. Pitch that to Gio.
I think that'd be awesome. I love Letterboxd. It's an app where, filmmakers or just people that love to watch movies, they could come together and rate their different movies. Like I told Grady, hey, you should check this movie out, or you should check this app out, because, that's all he does too is watch movies. And I looked, he started following me. He put all his favorite movies. It's a fun place to put your reviews of stuff and see what other people are into.
Right. I'm gonna get on that and start doing that. That's really cool. I think that's a really cool app.
It is. It's fun. You put the reviews and everything, see what, it's a cool app. I really love it. Every new movie I've been watching during quarantine, I put in a list.
Right.
Movies I've watched during quarantine. It's just a bunch of new movies that I haven't made the time to see, and now that I have the time, I've ranked all of them. There's about, I'd say, 40 movies I've seen so far.
You're crazy. I wish I need to watch more film. You watch so much, but that's great. You're you're just a big connoisseur of cinema. That's really cool.
I love it.
Back to Giggly Dickens a little bit. What do you any ideas in the future for like, if you heard any, what would you want to see us make more of or do next type of thing?
I would like to see us do less action, more heavy dialogue,
more drama?
Typical, drama.
More drama?
The typical Quentin Tarantino dialogue, just two characters sitting where the conversation goes somewhere, it's not dragging out the whole time.
Right.
It's making a point. More drama stuff, more where we get to see our actors, feel something else, have a different side of them come out.
Yeah, build that depth in the character and kind of do a character study type of thing and actually see all that kind of happen. Quentin Tarantino, that was a quick one I wanted to touch on. What's the next movie for Quentin Tarantino? Was there really a Star Trek movie?
That's what I heard. I heard that was the next film before Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But I heard that, he wanted to make it his own Star Trek, the type of blood. But I think the studios were like, but that's not Star Trek. And I think that was the only thing he wanted to make Star Trek. If he wanted to make it his way, if not, then,
But that would have been his last movie? You know what I mean? That would have been his last film. He would have ended with a Star. Yeah. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. You think he's going to transition into television next after that or something?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I heard that as an idea because he said that that's going to be his last time he makes a movie, but that doesn't mean he has to drop a camera. He can go into something else. He can go into, he can change over to film, or to television.
For sure. Yeah, he can make a Netflix show, Amazon. Yeah. So I think that would be a good platform because, the type of content he makes. I don't see him making a show for AMC or CBS. Right. It would be something of his own.
HBO, like an HBO.
Yeah, HBO.
Like an HBO series.
Stars, something like that. Yeah.
You watch any television or anything like that? TV series, anything?
Oh yeah, I saw the show Waco on Netflix.
I started watching it. At least I watched a little bit of the first episode.
It's really good.
Really good.
I didn't know anything about it. My dad, he was alive back then. He lived all of it, and he was telling me this, all the stuff that happened. I was like, that's crazy how the FBI thinks he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I have to watch it. I didn't even know what Waco was, actually. I still don't. I guess I have to watch this video to figure it out.
There's a lot of good actors in it too. I saw the new show on Netflix called Hollywood. I finished it last night. It came out yesterday.
Really?
It was good.
What is it about?
It's about actors post World War II trying to make it into Hollywood. All the films, different race, different genders. It was a good film. It's a good twist because what happened in the show, I don't think it really happened. They just twist it, but it was good.
Me and my wife are actually rewatching, or for me, I'm rewatching. She's watching it for the first time. Is Community. I'm going back and I'm going through and watching Community because of the Russo brothers. I kind of I'm watching this TV series from a new perspective, being that they were the directors of Endgame and all that. Exactly. And they had this TV series called Community. I'm watching this. The way that they. And then I was kind of cool as I watched the paintball scenes and all this stuff, and you can see. I can see now where Marvel kind of looked at him and went, ooh, and they gave him Captain America. You know what I mean? That's where that's what they got. And it's kind of cool how they shot that. It's interesting because they had an opportunity to make a TV series where the TV series, every episode kind of mocked other films. So every one of these episodes had different themes, so they got to play around with every type of filmmaking avenue. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen that show, so I definitely have to check into it.
Yeah, it's good. It's an older sitcom comedy type of thing, but it's good. How's Gavilan life? Is you still going to school and all that?
Yeah, it's still going good. I believe I got one more semester, then I don't know where I plan on going. I'd like to go to San Jose State.
Yeah.
Because, that would be good. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. Oops. You're fine. That's 11 o'clock. You got an alarm going off.
Yep.
That's San Jose State's good. I'm graduating here in the next like 10, 15 days. It's weird to be graduating at this time, but yeah, definitely apply because you can do like the January move-in. And I think if you apply now, you can get into San Jose State.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's a good school. I mean, especially for the area and all that stuff. Yeah. What do you think after school? What's your goal? Do you have a goal?
Anything in the film industry, anything with a camera. I would like to see where we're at. I'd say within the next 3-5 years.
Right.
Hopefully we have something good enough to where, we'll make this hobby of ours into a career, because that's what I want to do. I want to make this filming hobby into a career. Because, when I graduated high school, I don't want to do filming. Right. I wanted to be a sports medicine coach.
Yeah. Okay.
At the time, film wasn't really, motivating me to do anything.
Right.
And then I started working with Geo, and my mind started to shift from kinesiology to filming because I saw more of an interest in this.
Right, and I hope that can happen. I watch those Corridor Crew guys, and I think that could be a good Giggly Dickens. Like, I'd love to see us all in a room or like a building, where we have our own like little studio and everyone's editing things and we're working at it, full time. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be great. You're editing, Geo's writing,
right.
Joe's taking care of something. I'll be social media, anything really, just all of us together in a group where, making this hobby turn into, it wouldn't feel like a hobby.
Right, a business.
At the time it is.
Right.
But then we don't realize like, hey, we're going to make money off of this type of thing.
Right. I mean, it takes a little while for sure, but I think I would love to see us all grow that way. But other than that, I think that's about it, bud.
Sounds good.
Thanks for talking to me today.
Thank you, Derek. This was awesome.
You're welcome. Quarantine Talks, episode 3, Make Media. No, thank you for talking to me. I want to talk to more Giggly Dickens people and just kind of feel out what their feelings are and what they want to see, for the future for it. And I love keep giving me film reviews because I base what I watch off of what you put out there. And buy a camera, make things.
Oh, trust me, that's what I'm saving up for. It's a camera.
All right.
So hopefully by the start of summer, we have multiple cameras going.
That'd be cool. All right, buddy. Yeah. Everyone, this was Dominic Hernandez from Giggly Dickens. His links are down below. Giggly Dickens links are down below or somewhere in this video. Thanks for watching. This is Make Media episode 3 out. Wait, stop. Look, there's more things that you can still do. Look, if you minimize whatever video you're currently watching of mine and you scroll down a little bit, there's going to be this red subscribe button. You know what you do? You click it. Check this out. Ready? Watch. It's crazy. It goes from red to gray. Right? Blew my mind. I want you to check to see if yours goes from red to gray. And I want you to leave a comment down below if it did. And that's about it. Now you're at the end of the video. Go on ahead and watch something else now.